Hey guys, Homer here. I get a lot of questions about my backpack. What have I got in it? Why do I carry it? How much is in it? Why does it weigh 20 pounds sometimes? Depending if you're going out summer or winter. Reason I'm doing this because I get, well, just guys asking me on the trail, and I've saved a couple guys' butts, and hopefully you guys can save yourselves or your friends as well. So, it's just basically just a Kodiak backpack picked up at Walmart here in Canada. It's got side pockets inside. There's a main, lighting is terrible. There's a pocket at the back, batteries are going down there, and then stuff in there, swipe, yes, that's an important item. Big pocket at the front, I got tools in here, smaller pockets got electrical stuff in there, and then there's spare parts in there. Alright, so I'm going to crack it open and break it all down for you guys, just give me a moment here. And seamlessly, I am back. Alright, so, in the back of the backpack, the part that's against my back, is the secondary thing is the books, but in between my back and the books, of course you want to carry books for your rigs in case you gotta remember what screw goes where. It's handy to have that knowledge. Batteries, I try and keep a lot of them on hand. There's also one in the rig right now, another 5,000. That's a 5200 Orion. 52s, 36, another 5,000. I like to go out for a long time. So that's in the back. I keep those at the lower back because they stay warm. It's good for them. In the center part of the backpack, that's just an axial parts bag. Inside of it, it's got the ends of the axles and then a couple extra wheel hubs. It's a good bag to keep in the back. I haven't had to open it yet. My stock unit has been very good to me so far. Long needle nose, come in very handy a lot. A lighter, spare Wraith motor, 20 turn. That's a spare 35 Tinkin turn. I keep an XL5 on hand. It's waterproof and it'll work with the brush motors and the lipos. It doesn't have a cutoff. We'll get to that later. That's for a buddy, actually. I'm just holding on to those. Those are dingo flares. Spare set of rubber. Those are the stock tires off of Wraith. Right now the Wraith has got Vanquish rims offsets with Rover's white dot on them. The receiver for the SX10 or SCX10 and a spare receiver and remote, and the spare receiver is also in the electrical stuff, I believe. That little sucker folds out into a chair. You see how big it is compared to the remote. A spare set of gloves and a toque, or for you Yanks out there, a winter hat. Just a plastic bag. We go on dog trails a lot, and if I see some poop, I'll pick it up for people because I love my city. Go Flames, go. Stovepipe wire has become a heavy replacement for me in the way of zip ties. Zip ties I find break a lot in the winter. They don't stand up to the cold very much. This stuff you can still bend with your fingers. And you can get it anywhere and more places that zip ties go. If you guys want to check this stuff up, just check out your local HVAC supplier. Stovepipe wire. Great stuff. Highly recommended. Okay, moving on. Next pocket. So this is in the tool pouch. So I still do keep zip ties around. White and black, a couple of yellows. Screwdriver set. I don't care about the flat ones. Mainly bought it for the small Phillips. That stuff there is called butyl gasket. If you don't know what it is, it's extremely waterproof. It's 100% waterproof. Once you jam it between two surfaces, there's no way water's getting through it. It stays malleable, and you can waterproof stuff while it's wet. So you can water. It's hard to explain, but check it out. Butyl tape. It's really great stuff. That's just bits for the screwdriver. Blocking my own light. Chunk of Velcro. Very handy. Foil tape. Again, it's just something handy on the trail. Electrical tape again. There's a razor blade inside of there. Small pair of wire cutters, small pair of pliers, needle nose. Now I don't know how well the camera's going to pick them up, but there's no teeth on them. They're rounded on the end, so unserrated. So they're nice and gentle on the wires. Temperature gauge, my favorite screwdriver because it's got 1.0 up to 3.0 inside of it. Hardened steel, love it. Body scissors come in handy. Wheel wrench, of course. Electrical bag. Or the electrical pocket. Headlamp and a cap light. That's my winch battery for the Wraith. Winch control. There's a Dean's connector for the two hard case batteries I got. Now you'll notice I have another one over here. It presently has a Dean's connection in it, but this is from Venom, so I can pop that end off and put anything I want on it. So if somebody else dies, or I go to use the XL5, which I believe has a Traxxas on it, yeah it does, I can switch up my battery, two of my batteries anyways, to any other connector I want, which comes in handy. LiPo cutoff, that's for the XL5 because the XL5 doesn't have one. Not that model, there's two models, that one does not. Watch batteries, those are for the cap light. 9-volt battery, that is for my underground lights. AA A's for the remote, AAA's for the headlamp. Alright, moving on to parts. CA glue with rubber infused. Very handy on the trails because you can tear a tire open. It happened to Ted, Crawler Ted, there a couple weeks ago. This stuff dries up in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds after holding it together, and his tire is still working, so that's good stuff, guys. Check it out. You're looking at the back. So there's the stuff there at CA glue with rubber infused. It's awesome stuff. Aluminum shock hoops for the Dingo. Cold out. Plastic snaps easy. Those suckers are awesome. I keep 2 sets. I got 1 set in there now. If they ever bend or break, I'm ready for it again. Transmission gear. I was told this one will go on me soon. I've had my Dingo for a couple months now, and I drive it. Oh geez, probably put 50,000 miles through it a week. And yeah, she's still completely stock. Speaking of which, Mip shafts. Bought 2 sets because I was told the stock shafts will go right away. Haven't yet. And again, I've had the sucker for a couple months, and I run her hard. I love it. Alright, front end pieces for, I think that's Honcho. Spare set of knuckles for the Wraith. Spare set of those. Motor cooler. It's more of a summer thing. It's winter right now, so I don't really need it, but I keep it handy anyways. That is part of the 3-link suspension, the spare pieces of those. Spare axles for spare drive shafts for the Wraith. Spare servo that'll go in either truck. There's also spare horns. This is my little save me box. This is one of my favorite things I keep on me because it saved myself and other guys a few times. So there's grease in there, there's Loctite in there, there's one of pretty much every screw for the Wraith or the Honcho in there. There's extra link ends, extra body posts. Shrink tube, it's surprisingly handy on the trail, guys. You get a wire that breaks or come loose, whether it's on your lights or your switch on and off switch or something like that. Strip the wires, twist them together, throw some shrink tube over it, hit it with the lighter. You're good to go till you get home and solder it. Alright guys, so that was the backpack. Hopefully it helped you guys out, give you guys some tips and pointers on how to be ready for the trail. And remember to always be kind to others, don't leave behind a mess, and drive safely out there.